was a time when you were interested in things.
Oh, yeah, I was interested a few years ago.
In the last few years, you have lost interest. So what would you do? Just sit at home?
That's all. I was in the house for 3 weeks. I didn't go out no place.
You didn't go out at all?
Yo, what is up? Happy Wednesday. We're here for another weekly stream. Just getting started off with a track called Blue Every Day. It is a Good Luck remix of it. Just kind of got like lo-fi house vibes. I'm going to be trying out this new Future Garage mix. It sounded interesting, so we'll give that a go tonight. What's good, Iman? Hope you're doing well, man. Just chilling today. Chillin'. If you've ever seen this shirt from previous streams, like way back when. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at some crypto in a bit. One thing I thought was actually quite interesting. Someone recently commented on a super old post of mine back from August 2022, and I was like looking back at this, I was like, it was kind of accurate. We did go a little bit lower to like 16k, and I think we filled or hit the EQ of the monthly FEG, so that was back. I'm on the 3-day right now to fit everything, but that was back by thank you for yeah, no, I love this shirt. That was back here, and then we had that sell-off. I was looking for kind of like a bottom to be like around here. We ended up getting moved a little bit further. But it basically kind of worked out, and now we're getting that buy model. I had my original consolidation here, which it would have already have taken there, but we can see, I think this is more representative of like your original consolidation, distribution, smart money reversal, accumulation, reaccumulation. So definitely still looking for higher. However, I am back to my full short to midterm bearish bias on BTC. Last week, I know we had talked about it potentially kind of getting a move here, but obviously that's not the case. We broke back down. So I am going back with this, especially with all the SEC, Binance news. It's just, I think to me makes the most sense. We're coming very close to TP1 of this bearish cipher, so that'll be around 25.2. Weekly FEG EQs are around 24.6. We did just tap into the demand block here. Oh, I just realized I never changed it to the chart. I am so sorry. Hold on one sec. Why is that not? Fix this. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm sitting here, I'm like talking, I'm like thinking, and then I looked over at my my video stream and it got all wonky, and now my chat box is weird and I have to move that up. Let me just drag that up. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so yeah, tunes should still be going. I think it was just ending that song going in the next one. But yeah, sorry about that, Josh. Okay, just kind of quick redoing my analysis since I didn't have the screen on, but as I was talking about, this was basically this bearish harmonic. In terms of that tweet I had mentioned, someone tagged me in an old tweet about this market maker buy model, where basically we had this original consolidation here into like this was what I was like expecting. What we ended up getting was something more, so that was like back here, that original consolidation, and that went quite a bit lower, and then from there it had your smart money reversal. Now you're reaccumulation. And then this is like where it's been ranging. So what I was mentioning about in regards to like last week, I had a more bearish bias with this coming down to then like break out of the range, but we were kind of pushing back up. So I was in between. If we broke highs, I would look for higher. That didn't happen to be the case. So now I am currently looking for lower on BTC. TP1 would be 25,200. Weekly FEGQ still hasn't been taken. So if we look at the weekly, we can see we just nearly tapped the wick on like the weekly demand. So it would be super clean if that's where it went, especially if you do get this week like a swing failure pattern or a raid, whatever you want to call it. So I do see the bullish argument. I don't, however, think that the bearish argument. See, I was hoping this was going to be melodic, or not melodic, but like instrumental. So we're going to try chill and ambient, because I've never done ambient for streams, but normally it's like house, techno. But let's try some ambient music. Maybe we'll get into it. So yeah, weekly FEGQ or TP1 25.2, and then weekly FEGQ around 24.5 would be like my first 2 points of interest if we do continue down. Though I think the weekly BPR are here around, or not weekly, daily, around 23 to 22.5. That's where I think it's going to get like your major bottom. If I do see the bullish argument, especially if this does SFP for going back up higher. I don't know if I would really consider this like a valid range anymore, but it is getting relatively respected for the time being, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, still bearish biased unless we really start breaking structure here. So I think like I could see an argument if you break this high, but really I think the more convincing high that you would want to break is back above 28,440. So this was supposed to be alright, we'll go with some lo-fi beats then. So yeah, that's BTC. ETH, something I've been talking about a bit in Chroma is the fact that we are still slowly ascending in this upwards diagonal range. I do still like this high time frame idea. This could play out into the end of next year. We'll take a look at some Forex stuff in a little bit, Ahmad. I'm just going to go through BTC, ETH to BTC, and then I'll do Euro, Pound, whatnot, and then we can look at alts and indices and all that fun stuff. But yeah, diagonal uptrend. You are potentially looking like you could set up for a bullish bat, in which we have this BPR right around the PCZ, so maybe it doesn't go fully to the 886, but this would still be valid. That would also be a deviation of the range lows, which we haven't had on this diagonal. I don't really use diagonal ranges often, but this is pretty clean. So that would that's like my ideal play right now is if BTC remains bearish, like ETH is going to follow. As long as we lose this, it should be a quick move down to that area. So you may be able to get a good short on this, but after that, I would quickly be looking for longs. I think this would be an easy invalidation, 1350, and then I'd probably be swinging it for the rest of the year. Yeah. I do also have a tutorial on how to do harmonics up on my YouTube channel now. It's like a static video. You can go watch it whenever. And the PDF I will likely be putting out. It is fully available for Chroma peeps, but I don't know if I'm going to be putting that out publicly yet. But that covers like intro to harmonics, models, examples, and then the videos that available to public. So, but that's like how to use the tools. So here we have a potential Gartley. The only thing I don't like about this is now it's kind of like I don't really want to see it keep pushing back up here, because then to me that's implying that we're likely not going to go revisit range lows, which is like bullish in the short term. But again, I wanted to see another like leg down And maybe if BTC is kind of chopping and bleeding down, like ETH will get a more heavy sell-off. We do have relative equal highs. I don't know if, let's see, 7088, 7093. Okay, so it hasn't swept it yet, but it like could leave just the equal highs as a draw on liquidity for later. Yeah, for short term, yeah, for sure. But I definitely think ETH, for me, this idea is still valid until we really start breaking structure strongly above this high. But yeah, still higher, or like lower, or higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, so on and so forth. So as long as we don't like get a market structure break back over here, high time frame should see that external structure trend back down to the downsides. Like internally though, here, yes, we're bullish, but breaking above this high here would be like the key for continuing it on a more higher time frame. So yeah, that's ETH to BTC. It is holding above the point of control on the range here, so this, in my opinion, would be a good time to potentially look to flip bias in terms of shorting, or look for like ETH shorts, I guess, instead of BTC shorts if you're having a bearish bias, but we'll see what the PA gives. Smart money and Forex and indices. I mean, I do use, all right, let me just catch up on what you're saying. Yeah, so Forex and indices, like I trade mainly intraday. Sometimes I'll do like midterm swings, like maybe a whole session or a day or two. Very rarely do I hold like positions over the weekend, stuff like that. But do I use smart money concepts? I mean, I use price action concepts, order flow, just ICT stuff. But my main stuff is like harmonics mixed with, yeah, like ICT, smart money concepts, price action, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I use a lot of like those same ideas: market maker sell models, power of three tap, a lot of rec proof style, range deviations. So it's all that good stuff is how I trade Forex indices and all that. Order flow, fundamentals. Yep. Simple support resistance. I do that a lot with crypto with ice lines. Search and destroy. Yep. Yeah. Same sort of vibe. So looking at euro, something I talked about. Oh my god, my chart's so like mishmashed from today. We'll look at this on low time frame in a minute, but we did hit this PCZ on this beautiful cipher. The only thing is like the context of it. You're at kind of like the top of an uptrend. This isn't the best place to look for something. You could see a reaction. We may get a push up. I know there's a weekly fair value gap up there, but I wouldn't really be looking for this to play out super bullishly. However, we do also have, I forgot I took them off, but a weekly volume imbalance and buy side liquidity above. So like I have the argument for being bullish here. Like you have very clear invalidation in my opinion below 1051, like if you're a swing trader, but short term it's still kind of fairly bearish structure here. So just looking at today, I got stopped on one play and then I went break even on another. Oh wait, no, that was yesterday. And then I traded, what was I trading? Euro to pound. So that's, yeah, we'll look at that chart in a bit. Share charts. We do that a lot in a, what's it called? In Chroma, we do on Sundays a Sunday, we call it the Sunday VC. We have our team sit down with members in the voice chat, and we basically go over the same assets together, looking at the same time frame, and it's like a collaborative opportunity to like share out thoughts and give people the opportunity to talk, ask questions, all that. So yeah, but just looking at this, today was pretty clean on EU. We did have a move down during London, which reversed towards the end of the session. You flip midnight open, that acted as support here. Took out this buy side liquidity, came back down. This was the true session open. If you, I love that like stuff. Day, yeah, we can look at each one in a sec. But day crushes it with that. So true session open is like the 7:30 time. It's for indices, forex, and that sort of stuff. For the New York session or New York Hill Zone. Yo, Kayla, what's up? So yeah, this obviously popped up, took that, then came back down, tested it as resistance there perfectly, came back to midnight open, and now we're just kind of ranging. So bias wise, like I think what I to me would like to see would be something like this: take out this high, and then we go down and take these lows. Whoops. I don't know. It could even look something like that. Like I don't think the PA is gonna be super clean on this. But yeah, I do think that sell side liquidity is ultimately going to get swept at some point. Looking at Dixie in a little bit, we can kind of get a better idea of that. Yeah, there's that imbalance that we still could fill more of. However, pound on the other hand today was dumb clean. I actually did a post about this in Chroma this morning. Where is it? Oh no, I'm on the wrong time here. 5 minutes. Yeah, this was like a textbook shark harmonic, because the X to B doesn't matter, but this needs to be at least like a 1.13, and this would have been like your 8886, or maybe right, because this was during that session, same session. Yeah, so this like your 8886 technically for this. Hold on, my microphone covers that part of the screen. Would be basically right here. Yeah, and then from there, like TP1 would have been the B level, TP2 is A, TP3 is C. You didn't even really get like a valid confirmation though. This is also kind of like a market maker buy model right here. So yeah, it was really nice. I unfortunately was asleep at that time, but just a nice example. So with pound, higher time frame wise, we do have buy side liquidity equal highs right here. That I think is a big draw. You do also have the sell side liquidity, and we are building up some trend line liquidity here. So you could ultimately be looking for that in time to be taken. We could definitely go up top first, maybe fill these inefficiencies, and then come back down. Yeah, I don't know. I think sticking to like low time frames is the play, just following the order flow. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm in New York, so time zone it's good for New York session. Like I'm on the same time as that, and what most people look at in terms of charting hours. But yeah, definitely missed London session, which is clean session. So yeah, that's pound. Today, and like it actually looks like it's holding up pretty well. So I was talking to Gunny in our Forex chat. He's a dope trader. You should check him out. But I was looking at this potential bat. The thing was, I had it was on like the 15-minute. It's a little scuffed. It's not like the best example in my opinion for like a bat. So it would have been, which like in reality, like I probably shouldn't have forced it as much, but it was something like this. Yeah, or no, it has to go lower because it's that one. And then I think I was looking to long. I longed initially like after this pop, and then it came down and stopped me out because I had my stop like right here because I entered it here. And then I longed on the sweep here because we swept the low and we popped, and then it took me out again, and then it kind of bounced. But the thing is, I should have really been pulling for this from down like here, because this is really the external low. So honestly, this could be more of a it's still like a valid bat. It's just the only thing is this would need to go to like the 886. So this really could go down and take maybe this low here, I think, before then you get a reaction, not SMT, so liquidity, and then you could look for a move up to that daily fair value gap, right? Higher time frame though, I am still very bearish on this. We saw this beautiful specimen Gartley harmonic from past. We're shaping up for one on the daily here. This is a little clustered. Let me just quick take that off. But yeah, we are eventually starting to make our way down there. We also kind of have this now big inversion FVG is like what I consider them. It's just like now it's acting as like resistance instead of like support. So from there, like I would like to see it come up, fill this inefficiency, maybe even tap into this volume imbalance up here, and then we get a push down. So do you time all your trades and FX indices according to sessions? I do trade. Oh, thank you very much, Kayla. I appreciate the compliment. I do time all. So FX, I only trade during, like, sometimes I'll do. Actually, really, FX, I only trade between like 7 and 10 a.m. New York time, which is like near kill zone. Sometimes, like, I plan on, once I finish up my teaching this year, because I'm a middle school math teacher, doing a London session if I can during the summer. But yeah, right now I'm just doing New York kill zone, and then indices I trade usually the 10 to 11 a.m. macro, and then the 2 to 3 p.m. macro. NU, like New Zealand dollar to US dollar, or NU like the crypto, because there is a crypto NU. And oops, I didn't mean to hit that button before. Sorry for scuffing it up. I don't know what yeah is, because I said both. So I'll let you get back to me on that. FX, okay, yeah, we can. I've never charted it, so I'm definitely down. Let me run through some crypto stuff first, and then we'll come back to it. I do want to look at indices for a sec too. So we do have this new week opening gap. We are back below it. We're looking at. I used to use the futures charts all the time, but I kind of like going back to this because this is pretty similar. Like, it's off by maybe like 50 cents in terms of like the prices with my broker through FTMO, but it's pretty spot on, at least, or the closest one I found out of the various CFD views of it. But to me, this kind of looks like, and I've talked about it with a few other people, like a big market maker sell model. This is like your original consolidation. This is your like first leg of accumulation, second leg smart money reversal, and then like you have these equal lows sell side liquidity that it's going to eventually like go down and take. I could still see it, however, push a little higher. Though we did tap 4,000, or we came very close to, at least on this chart, our high was 4,298.9, so $1 or 1.1 handles away, whatever you want to call it. But we do have this buy side liquidity here, so I mean, the interesting thing is if I look at the futures chart, it's going to be a very different view here. So if we go to like ES on the other hand, we are rejecting from this volume imbalance, where on the US 500 chart, this volume imbalance is already down here. So it's like slightly different. It's tough to really gauge, I guess, like which one's the better one to follow in terms of like PD arrays and or high time frame points of interest. But yeah, I think if ultimately what happens, I think here is if this daily fair value gap does not hold as support, it will become like inversion, it will become resistance, and then from there you can expect maybe in the summer we get something like that, and then eventually take that before then making another move back up. I'm not sure. Maybe it's more swift than just like this, because I mean, this is from mid-May, so it took about a few weeks. But yeah, that's kind of my bias, I guess, for indices. NASDAQ looks a lot worse, obviously. It was a lot stronger. Like this high. See, the thing is, ES is going to be the better short because ES hasn't taken its buy side liquidity. So we have SMT with that right there on the highs. am I funded with Funded Next? Or are they just sponsors? Because you said so. I'm currently funded with FTMO. I am partnered with Funded Next, but I am also looking to do a challenge with them shortly. I'm going to be doing one of their stellar $100,000 challenges. So, the goal is yes to be funded with Funded Next too, but they don't just like give out free funded accounts. You got to earn that. So yeah. This is looking, and I think even if I pull like a harmonic maybe here, could be something. Oh man. Oh, that's. Or wait, is this a 7/8/6? Or wait, no, because this would be C's lower than this, so if it's a, oh man, it's cooked. Hold on. Yeah, this looks because 7/8/6 would be like, I guess, again, like they can be like a little bit off. It doesn't have to be like always super perfect, like as long as it's kind of like that interest area. But this would be a valid cipher, and then you had like that kind of, sometimes you get your confirmation high, so this could be definitely due for some downside. I'm actually gonna quick throw together a little post. Or actually, no, I can do it later. But yeah, no, this does not look good. Let's quick look at US. See, this doesn't really give as much of a harmonic vibe. But again, if you're getting the SMT with NASDAQ, like this thing's not gonna hold up nearly as well. So yeah, that's indices. We'll quick take a look at what was it? You said New Zealand to US dollar. Quick take a look at this chart. Oh, okay, so I did have some love. Oh wow, look at those clean highs. So to me, instinctually, like my thought always usually goes to harmonics, just given like certain structures, they look like M's or W's, and this is a pretty nice example, I'm not gonna lie. So this would be likely a bat, so that would kind of be my point of interest. And then like let's look on high time frames, let's see what's there. This is also at the bottom of a move, which is a good scenario. The only thing to me that's a little bit concerning is you have a sell side liquidity right here. You also have sell side liquidity there, and like, I mean, this is on the monthly time frame, so this may not be a good example. Trying to see, where would this be a retrace from in terms of, because you have equal highs up there too. That's crazy. All right, so 7/8/6 would have been, so yeah, this would be like a butterfly or something if it were to actually go down that far. But I don't think doing harmonics on monthly time frame on this is valid. But I'm just trying to get a sense of like, do I think it could reverse? Let's look at like the weekly, because like the monthly looks pretty bearish. Look at the 200 EMA, we are below it. Just making sure my settings are right. Daily, we are rejecting from it. So yeah, I definitely think this is probably heading lower. You do have some sell side liquidity objectives on the way down you could target. You do have this major one, I think is your key draw. So to me, this is kind of in like the sell side of the curve. However, we do have a massive imbalance up here. We did tap a little bit into it, but I definitely could see it maybe like getting another leg up, maybe even come up clean the highs again and then start coming back down. But yeah, if we look at like the 1 hour, and just get rid of this harmonic for a bit. So yeah, 1 hour even, this looks like might be something here. So this would be more of it could pass for a bat, but I think you'd be more likely to get a reaction from the 7/8/6 or maybe that low. All right, let's see what's there. The 845, which isn't really like a fib level, but there is sell side liquidity here. All right, so a couple reasons why I think this would be a potential reversal area. You have sell side liquidity. You have this what is called a sponsored candle, one that took liquidity from a previous low before like reversing. So that would kind of be like an interesting like order block point of interest. The EQ of that aligns with not quite, but close enough. So like I think if you were to say, if tomorrow, and I'll set alerts on this, like I've never traded it, but I mean, like what would I be looking for probably here? I mean, if you wanted to make sure like you got your entry, you could do something like that, and then you have these like beautiful equal highs. It's like a 4 or 5 hour play. I'd probably just look for the first one though, not to be greedy. The only thing I'm not crazy about is this 200 EMA. It is below the 1 hour. The 4 hour is way up there, so maybe that could flip it. 15 minutes, yeah. So that would kind of be my play. I would be looking for shorts if you come back up into this imbalance, but ultimately I'd be looking for that sell side liquidity, and this for maybe low time frame confirmation to look for a long. All right. So that's New Zealand to US dollar. Oops. I'm just gonna add it to my watch list for Forex. Let's quick run through some alts. So Algo looks awful, man. I have no words for this one. It's in price discovery, but to the downside. So that one's dead. Next, APT. We didn't actually take this short last week, but we were talking about it. Obviously, the ice line did not hold in this scenario. We did get that push up, but APT now looks pretty ready for its PCZ. I'm gonna be honest. So this is a super clean Gartley. You have that 786 retrace is what we're looking for. Right where that sell side liquidity is. So yeah, that is where I would be watching this for a reversal. Probably first area of interest would be for me just 850, right around there. So it would be like, I'm sure the upside isn't that bad. Like it's, yeah, about 24%. So I'm gonna set some alerts. Have been trading crypto, not as frequently. I will actually show one that I am in a short on that is absolutely printing right now. And you can say that this is cap. I didn't do it, but I literally have proof. I called it live in Chroma. I usually call almost all my trades live. The only time I don't is if I'm like at work and I just don't have the opportunity to post it at the same exact time, especially if it's like a super low time frame play. But I did get very lucky here with this because I entered off this candle here. And then the wick came up and I had the stop loss here. Like it happened overnight and luckily it just didn't break. But I was targeting this PCZ. I had mentioned this idea of like, I thought price on FET would come up here. And actually I believe I shorted it initially like here and then I got stopped at break even and then I got back in. So this will be like a nice 12-hour play. I am but I am down like, I think 7%, on my, challenge account that I'm doing with Chroma, so I think this will be a good save for the account. Do I take partials or break? I mean, I stopped at break even now on this. I don't take partials usually. It's either I take early profit or I go break even, but I don't take partials. So yeah, no, but I think this is definitely going to go here. We haven't really retested this ice line from except like way back here. This is when it forms, so you can see it is an area that will likely get tested, and I think it'll be a great play in the next couple days, especially if BTC starts dropping. Obviously I can't share something like this on stream, but like during the fact, like I had to wait till now. It's already halfway there, but you might be able to catch a little leg down. The only thing is it could very well like retrace 15% before then coming back down or something. So yeah, really nice play. Hopefully it pans out the rest of the way. Looking at some other stuff, Pepe's absolutely wrecked. I'm gonna take this off one of my watch lists. It's not even worth charting. RLC, we were looking at this harmonic and this got destroyed, dude. This is not holding up well. Ocean, Something I talked about last VC, and I know this is posted on the Chroma account, I think, a screenshot from when we did it. I was looking for 2 potential scenarios, kind of either a hold of this monthly fulfill, so like back here, as like to turn it into like an inverse or inversion FEG. Not the case. We broke down. So now I'll probably see some chop here around this daily 200 EMA, but then I'm expecting lower, take this sell side liquidity, clean these lows, take this range low, and then come down and test this weekly OB to reach the PCZ of this Gartley harmonic before looking for a potential reversal to the upside. All right, and this thing definitely has like some higher targets that you can look for. If it does start picking up, cryptos booming, but for the time being, just looking for potentially like a short around here once we really start getting below 200 EMA. Other cryptos, Atom, I'm pleased to say, oh wow, this thing's really dropped even more today. I have started DCAing. I did get into this position. I've been talking about this for weeks. So currently my DCA is around 9,865. I bought twice so far. I have about like, I'm not gonna like say how much, but I have like a nice amount, like a comfortable amount invested that like if I lost it wouldn't be the end of the world, but enough that like if this plays out, I'm gonna make a nice bag. So I'd probably DCA 2, maybe 3 more times before I finish. My hard cutoff for me personally is 5.97 at that point. Like if you're coming down and you're really creating like a M, like that's not something I want to buy, especially like it's probably going to go low or take a lot of this, and for me I'm not trying to be a bag holder all the way to 0, so I'll take the 40% L and carry on, but I think the upside is worth the risk here for 15R. So yeah, that is just Atom. Spot, definitely spot node, not futures. This is something that I'm gonna forget about but it's like money that I'm putting away, and I'm treating it like a long-term investment. Like I'm not gonna sell any until probably at least like I may try to hold for as long as possible, but I think like realistically like waiting till like 44 is ideal, just because of all these relative equal highs. That would probably be like where I would take some off. Very true. I just have everything on perps from when I used to trade them, and I just marked it up this way, but it's still the same like harmonic. Or I've talked, yeah, it's still the same price action relatively. Just prices might be slightly off, but yeah, they're off by what, 1 penny right now. So yeah, no, it's all the same. I do agree though, sometimes spot chart's a little bit different, but for something like this, it's fine. Wow, BNB got wrecked. So we were kind of chilling range EQ, rejection, like floored. The interesting thing though is we're bouncing from that historical ice line. Look at that, from way back. Where did we form it? Way back. Oh, did I finish that mix? It just got quiet. Here, let me throw on a different one. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Kind words. Yeah, no, I'm just a dude, likes looking at charts and teaching and helping others. So, but yeah, this ice line formed back here on that daily candle close March 1st, 2021. And you can see over history, it's been respected. So that's basically what ice lines are. They're just historical candle closes or wicks. So if you plot them on your charts, I'm happy to do like a live demo. Ahmed, if you have an asset you want me to look at, maybe I could show how to do ice lines on those. But yeah, this thing looks pretty cooked. BTC we already looked at. Doge still. This is another like kind of, this one I would put in a lot less money, but another potential scenario I'm looking for with this butterfly harmonic. This is such a liquidity void in my opinion to me that it's just going to be a quick down and up. So at this point, like I'll start setting some alerts down here, because once you fall below that, like it's probably going to be quick and aggressive. US 30 on indices, nice request. All right, let's switch gears a little bit, because I'm happy to kind of pertain it to your interests. We'll just use the regular Capital.one website. All right. So historically, since we were looking at it on the daily, Elon will do the thing for Doge, probably. Hey, Kez24, how are you? I'm just showing everyone how to mark up ice lines, and then I'll go back and look at some other examples. But yeah, like if I were to do it on like this, there's obviously a lot more data on US30 besides this chart, but something that I would just probably be looking at initially is like that. And you can see even like here, gets retested, comes back down. Like I'm sure I could go and find others that are maybe more interesting. Oh, look, okay. I kid you not. I did the candle close here. Or you could have even like have done the wick, but I like the candle close sometimes over wicks. And you can see like perfectly retested here, support. But the one that does it for me is this. Like, come on, man. You can't make that up. So yeah, then I would go like over left to right. So we'll see how some of these highs look as we make our way up. And I'll mark off some lows too. Probably do a wick for that one just because it's like a little bit chunky there. Do the candle close. And like the thing is, you don't have to do it like a specific way one way or other. You kind of can go in and adjust it as you please, but yeah, even like here, if I were to do something like this as like a range, like a little zone. Or is there any reason why it's basically just historical highs and lows? Like, so that where did that go down like to the lowest to? Maybe something like that. Oh, not even. Probably the slow or zone, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but like you get the objective, obviously. And then so then when we go back in time, once we have all these like levels marked out, and I'll finish just quick marking up some of these highs. We can see how historically now they act as support and resistance, right? That evil wick though, yeah. Cool. Yeah, no, I've found a lot of like success with this. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, man. This was plotted for like this high back here. And look at that retest. Perfect. Alright, so definitely a lot of confluence you can get with them, and you can use them like for your PD arrays or high time frame points of interest. I don't really mark them up too much on this stuff because most of the stuff I look at is just more price action based, but I do like them on alts. Oh wow, Matic. I just went to like the next alt, got absolutely crushed. Oh my gosh, that was bad. Yeah, so I don't know. Again, this is like a good example of why you don't always want these harmonics at the top of moves, because now we could be setting up for something like this instead. Oh wait, I fudged it. I have to fix it. There we go. Oh no, that's X. I need A here. There we go. There we go. So this would be a... It could be a shark, so it could go all the way to this 886, which you do have sell side liquidity right there, or it could also potentially be a cipher. So it really just depends where you're getting that reaction from, the 786 or the 886, but that would be where I would expect this to kind of continue, considering it wasn't able to do that other shark. Sandeep got rugged. Oh, that's too funny. So yeah, near, oh yeah, look at that, rejection off the ice line. Now we're getting back down, in my opinion, to below $1 on near. So you could get a nice short. You have easy invalidation, I think, above 166. That's kind of my bias. We'll look at two more. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for today. Render. Oh my god, this is specimen. We were talking about this a couple times ago. Look at that. Perfect rejection from the 886 is bearish bat harmonic. I have not charted Dixie yet. I'm happy to take a look at it though now. But yeah, harmonics, like in the right circumstances, are chef's kiss. Dixie. So Dixie is, in my opinion, going higher eventually. And I use eventually very lightly because I do think we're still going to end up going lower. This is like my market maker sell model. I feel like a crazy person with like all this stuff on here, but like you have this monthly shark that took 20 years to form. They're not shark, bat. That now it looks like we're going up for a confirmation high before then like absolutely selling off. Dixie, do you say DXY? But yeah, I do think eventually we will be trending up toward this monthly fair value gap. We have a volume balance here that still needs to be filled. However, it's very choppy here, and I could see some potential downside maybe before then going back up. The way I was kind of looking at this is almost like a big range. So you have like, hold on. Yeah, something like that. And then eventually it's going to sell back off. But what happened, or what I was originally like kind of hoping for, was it to come down into this. There was like a lot of things going on here. There's a lot of moving pieces. So we had this, yeah, no, Dixie's, I just say it's quick, it rolls off the tongue. We have this inverse FEG. We had this volume imbalance here. We had this regular fair value gap. So all of those kind of like held it as support. I do see the argument for just popping from here, but I could see maybe more chop before then going. So gonna be interesting time for Forex, I think, over the next couple weeks, or week or two maybe. Until we get some resolution. Once it starts trending, I think it'll be a little bit better. But these choppy conditions are definitely a little tricky. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there for today. But I appreciate all you who are active in the chat. Hopefully you were able to learn something tonight, and I will be back again next week. Likely after that, I'm not sure how my streaming schedule is going to be because I will be off from work, so I'll probably look to stream, maybe do like one live trading session a week and one sort of like my weekly Wednesday streams, but maybe an earlier time during the day. Much clearer opportunities. Yeah, 100%. When it's ranging though, there's definitely good opportunities. You just have to be able to adapt to those environments. But yeah, I agree. But yeah, we'll call it a night there. I apologize in the beginning for that little issue with me not sharing my screen, but I think that's the first time I've ever done that. So yeah, hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, peace.